If you're a small business owner, the term AI probably sounds like just another buzzword, right? Another distraction in a world that's already full of them. But what if it's not? What if it's actually the key to solving some of the biggest puzzles you face every single day? Today, we're going to break down how AI can be a real game changer, especially when you're just trying to keep the lights on. But before we dive into the solution, we've got to get real about the problem. And it all starts with this number, 71.4%. What do you think this is all about? It's not the success rate of some new marketing tool or the interest on a loan. Nope, it's something way more fundamental to your daily life. That's it. Over 71% of small business owners say inflation is their single biggest headache. It's this constant crushing weight on everything, from payroll to the costs of supplies. And that right there, that's the core tension, isn't it? How can you possibly innovate for the future when you're just trying to survive today? That pressure to survive, well, it shapes everything. For most small businesses right now, it's not about launching moonshot projects. It's about making it through the day, the week, and the month. It's a battle. And this chart, wow, it just lays it all out there. I mean, look at the gap. Inflation and rising costs are just towering over everything else. Meanwhile, concerns about new tech like AI risks, way down the list. For so many owners, the real fight is happening on the balance sheet, not in the cloud. So beyond those big economic fears, what does that daily struggle really look like? Well, it's a constant juggle of challenges that pretty much every owner is going to recognize instantly. First up, time. There's just never, ever enough of it. You're wearing all the hats. You're the salesperson, the bookkeeper, the customer service rep, and without a clear focus, things just pile up and you head straight for burnout. Then, of course, there's the money. The budget is always tight. And when cash flow is all over the place, it feels next to impossible to invest in new tools or, hire more help. And this one's crucial. As you start to grow, it gets so much harder to maintain those personal customer relationships, the very thing that made you special in the first place. You're at risk of losing that magic touch. Let's really zero in on that last point. The traditional way of doing customer service, it just doesn't scale. You're relying on someone's memory, manual notes, and generic scripts. But an AI-enhanced approach, well, that's a whole different ballgame. It can build automated profiles, offer service that understands the context. It makes customers feel heard every single time. And this is where things start to get interesting. So let's totally reframe how we think about this. It's time to stop seeing AI as some complex, crazy expensive tech problem. It's time to start seeing it for what it is, a powerful and surprisingly accessible tool that can finally level the playing field for you. Take something like an AI voice agent. This isn't science fiction anymore, folks. It's a practical piece of software that can handle your customer calls, book appointments, and answer questions efficiently, freeing you up to actually run your business. It's like hiring the perfect assistant who literally never sleeps. So the bottom line is, what can it do for you? Well, it provides that 24/7 support we just mentioned. It automates all those boring, repetitive tasks to cut down on costs. It can handle a sudden flood of calls that would totally overwhelm a person. And get this, it can even break down language barriers, opening your business up to a whole new world of customers. It directly tackles those pain points we just laid out. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, doesn't it? But what about the results? Let's take a look at how this stuff actually works in the real world. Here's a quote from the owner of a tree trimming business. Think about it. This guy is always on the move. He can't answer every call when he's 50 feet up in a tree. His AI agent became, in his words, indispensable, making sure his business kept running smoothly, no matter where he was. And listen, it's not just about convenience. This tech delivers hard, measurable results. Look at this number, a 40% increase. So what's that 40%? That's a 40% jump in qualified meetings for an independent consultant in just 3 months. All he did was implement an AI sales assistant on his website. It answered questions, engaged visitors, and scheduled meetings automatically. Now that is a real return on investment. And this isn't some niche thing. Data from Verizon shows businesses are getting strategic with AI all across the board. Check out the top 3 uses: marketing, data analysis, and of course, customer service. People are using it as a true engine for growth and efficiency. And the rate of adoption is just exploding. The use of AI among small businesses has more than doubled in just the last year. Yeah, the secret is officially out. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Okay, this sounds a little too good to be true. What's the catch? And you know what? That's a completely fair question. It's absolutely essential that we address the obstacles and the real concerns head on. So let's just ask it directly. What's really holding business owners back from diving in? When you're talking about really sensitive areas like your finances, the concerns are crystal clear. Data security is the number one barrier, hands down. And right behind it are worries about accuracy and reliability. I mean, a single security breach could be catastrophic, so that caution is 100% understandable. And that skepticism is echoed by business owners themselves. I love this quote from a user on Reddit. It gets right to the heart of that reliability concern. They argue that a lot of these tools aren't true AI. They're just a program stapled to a search engine. And they're worried that without real human judgment, it could seriously mess things up. So, where does all this leave us? Well, small businesses are really at a crossroads. It's become pretty clear that AI isn't some magic bullet that solves every single problem. It's a strategic choice. So the real question for small businesses isn't if they should adopt AI. That train has already left the station. The real question is how. How can you do it strategically? How can you start small, solve one specific pain point, and then build from there to get a real competitive edge? So the question is, are you ready to make your move?